Hey, so you're thinking about moving to Bowling Green and Warren County is probably already on your radar. Well, for good reason. It's the fastest growing city in the state of Kentucky. But where you decide to live in Warren County could totally affect your experience. Whether you love being in the city or you're looking for space, you're either going to absolutely love it, depending on where you move to, or you're going to be looking to cut and run to another city and state. So stay tuned to the end because I'm going to give you my tips and show you around some of the suburbs and what makes them great places to add to your consideration list. And we're going to get after that right now. All right, so let's get after the video right now. And by the way, if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Melissa Albert. I'm with the Living in Kentucky team. My team and I get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Kentucky, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, or even better yet, schedule a time to meet on Zoom. We would love the opportunity to meet with you and help you make a smooth move to Kentucky. So let's take a look right at the map. So you can see Warren County is outlined right here in this area. It kind of does these little zigzags. It goes up and over Smiths Grove, and then it comes up to the northwest and up and around towards Morgantown, down and down past Auburn. It's sort of like, I don't know, a little bit of an octagon, a little bit of a round shape. It's not perfect, but it's, part of the reason is we have rivers and things that wind around, and it follows some of the river boundary. And then along this area, you've got Interstate 65 that comes down from Louisville, cuts through town right at the edge of it, and then continues on past Franklin and down to Nashville. So if you're going to be heading up to Louisville, we are about 2 to 2.5 hours from Louisville itself. We are actually 2.5 to 3 hours to Lexington. And then from Interstate 65 southbound towards Tennessee, you're going to be really like an hour and 15 minutes, just depends on where you're going. If you're going to go to the BNA airport, you can take this loop around. Actually, it's this loop around. That's Briley Parkway. It takes you to Interstate 40 and then connect on over. And the airport's going to be in this general area here. So that's some of the areas around Warren County and the interstate access. We also have Interstate 165. This used to be Natcher Parkway. It comes down from Owensboro through Morgantown on the south side of Bowling Green, and then continues down towards Alvaton where it turns into Highway 231. In Scottsville, that comes down towards Lebanon and Mount Juliet. And then in addition to that, we have Highway 68, which comes in through town like this, and then goes on towards Russellville and Hopkinsville. And then also we have US 31W that comes up and through town. Back in the day, that used to be the way it comes up, winds through these towns, and then goes straight north. That used to be the way that people would go from the coastal area all the way up to Chicago. And I know because my grandfather was a musician and he used to travel that way. So back when there were no interstates. But now we have a lot of interstate access and a lot of expanding roadways. There's also a bit of a bypass around town with this 165, which makes it really easy to get down to the interstate and then shoot back up. So depending on what you're looking for, we do have quite a bit of access with interstates and roadways. I would say the area that has the least highway space right now is going to be right here. This northern part of the county has the least highway space. It does have a roadway that takes you up through Richardsville and Anna up here. But if you're looking to be in the countryside and you don't want to hear any interstates, you don't want to hear highway traffic, that would definitely fit the bill. So let's go on and talk a little bit about lifestyle. Population in Warren County is going to be about 138,000. That's in Warren County. It is growing. We are projected to double in population size in the next 25 years. So if you want to be in an area that is not as densely populated as Warren County will at some point become, you can look at some of the surrounding counties. Logan County is going to be over here. You've got Simpson County down here, Allen County over this way, Barron County over here. This would be Hart County up here, Edmonson County over this way, and then Butler County over in here. So you've got, and then this is part of Logan County down here in Lewisburg. Sorry about that sketch, but not an art major. I just sell houses, but I help people relocate here. And I can tell you there's a lot of surrounding areas right now, the least densely populated. If you wanted to be an area where we're not going to have to worry about it expanding as quickly, I would consider somewhere like Butler County and Morgantown. It has the lowest population density. They also do not have major shopping though. So if you're going to be up there, just plan that you're going to be taking 165 south into Bowling Green and about 30 minutes from being able to do all your big box shopping. Okay, so now that we've zoomed into the map, let's dig into our major shopping, dining. Hey, I'll even touch on where some of the employers are. So now that we're looking at Bowling Green itself, you can get a better look at how I-65 kind of curves down from Louisville and then continues on at an angle towards Nashville. And then along this route, you have Interstate 165 towards the south of Bowling Green coming in here. But there's some major highways that you'll want to be acquainted with, and that will be where 68 loops around here. You also have Highway 231. This is also known as Morgantown Road. That's going to run along 165. Highway 68 here is also known as Russellville Road, and that will continue on towards Russellville. And then you have US 31W, which comes southbound and heads down towards Franklin, Kentucky. And then around the city of Bowling Green, you have this loop, which is US 31W right here on this end. And it goes back this way where it loops over towards Interstate 65. And then right here, it spurs up Louisville Road or also Highway 68 and US 31W. So these are some of the major roadways around the area. This interstate exit right here is Highway 231, also the Scottsville Road exit. This is one of the major thorough traffics of Bowling Green. So you're going to have people that get off here because there is the majority of your dining, shopping, and hotels are going to be in this area. So we have Cabela's, we have Sam's Club right here. You have a lot of restaurants in this cluster, and then they continue all the way down this road. And you have an Embassy Suites off Lovers Lane, which comes right through here. And then it connects and becomes Campbell Lane right here. So there's a lot of, this is an area of a lot of expansion. Tony's Steakhouse, some new restaurants that are being built right now, as well as more dining and shopping going this way. Also, you have Gary Farms Boulevard right in here. This is where there's Home Depot, Meijer Grocery, Kohl's, a few of your smaller restaurant options like Firehouse Subs is going to be there. There's a PetSmart there. And then in this section right here, you have Walmart, Target, Best Buy is going to be on the corner. There's some car dealerships in this cluster right here. And then this is going to be Greenwood Mall. So there's a lot of shopping right off Scottsville Road, and that Lovers Lane to Campbell Lane transition. That's where the majority of your shopping is going to be. Now, if you continue down Campbell's Lane, in this corner, you're also going to have another Kroger and Staybridge Suites. There's a WKU Tech Center over here. So this is their technology center. And then Western Kentucky University is going to be over in this way, over here, Burke College Hill District towards us. And then as you come up 31W, this is the older section of Bowling Green that loops on this side. Lots of smaller boutique shops. You also have a Kroger right here. The medical center is going to be here for hospitals. And then also Greenwood Hospital is over in this way. On Lovers Lane, there's additionally new medical centers being built. There's a surgery center. A couple of standalone ERs have recently popped up. They have been constructed over there. I think we will probably see additional expansion along Lovers Lane of more healthcare options, which is fabulous because it's a lot easier to get off of Interstate 65 and then come over just a block and then get over to Lovers Lane. So it's an easy corridor in and out, but you also have Greenview Medical Center here, the hospital, and then also the Med Center, another hospital up here. Now that we've talked a little bit about dining, the shopping, I keep tripping up on that today, hospitals and healthcare, let's talk about the school system. So we've looked at that Warren County outline map and this area that is Warren County. The easiest way to look at this and know where the schools are is to look at this map. This one shows you the school districts. And in fact, I'm going to turn off the elementary school boundaries. If there's a neighborhood that you're really hoping to be in, what I would suggest is look in the middle of these areas. They're least likely to get rezoned versus if you are at the very edge of something where there could be a new school built. But let's flip off of that and look at high school and middle school boundaries. There they are. This area that is not shaded, that should be your Bowling Green Independent School District. And you can see what I mean when I say they kind of carve out areas for school districts. And they do this all over the county within both city and the county schools. And as the area grows, you might see more locations be annexed in to city schools that maybe weren't before as it keeps the population density grows. But as you're looking through here, you're going to see this area here, this darker shade, that would be your South Warren schools, a very popular, really requested school district. Again, this could change in the future, so you want to be able to check for school district verification before you move. I would actually recommend that before we even get really deep into your school search, that when we're looking for properties, you check with the county school board because they could redistrict. They are planning on having to build new schools. This one right here is going to be Greenwood School District, and you can see how they kind of carve that out. This follows the river, and so that's why it says windy as it is, and then the county lines. So that school being right in this area, and then they're building new school options in here, and then Alvaton Elementary School here. This large blue shaded area would be Warren East, and Warren East, not exactly true east, also a lot of the north and over to the northwest, almost towards Woodbury. That would all be the Warren East School District. And then this section you would think is called Warren West. It's not. This is Warren Central Schools. So if a school district is an important one to you, make sure you get with my team and I recommend or ask that we search within that school district, and we will definitely help you find a home and try and keep you, if it's really important, closer to the middle section so that you hopefully don't get redistricted. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the parks, the outdoor life, the things to do in Warren County, where they are. So I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit so we see more of the county view. And I'm gonna show you there are a ton of parks in Warren County. Bowling Green and Warren County, I think between both of them, they have over 20 parks. There's so many of them. There is a dog park that is going to be over in this general area here. If you can see my mouse, it is over here. And then there's another one, it's going to be over in this general area. So there's a dog park over there. There's also another one over in Alvaton, probably right in here is about where it's at. So that would be Fillmore Park. They have a whole section over here. We've also got Lover's Lane Soccer Complex and Park. That's over in this general area. I love this one over here for walking. It's a really great park. There are so many parks in the Warren County area. But in addition to that, we have all kinds of activities. So downtown, great spot to go ice skating. They convert the Soki Marketplace into an ice skating rink in the winter. And then they also have the Bowling Green Hot Rod Stadium. That is going to be, I guess I'll zoom in real quick so you can see that. Let me make this pen go away. So when you're looking, it's going to show me stuff close up. Fountain Square Park. So if you're looking for things to do downtown, I would definitely recommend check out Fountain Square Park. Look at the square around there. Also, Circus Square Park is going to be over here, just about a block away. And then you have the historic rail museum that you can check out and for the trains, and especially if you have a little one that loves trains. And then they have the Hot Rod Stadium. So that's going to be downtown as well. Both really great. And then Beach Bend Park. I'm one of those who always forgets that we even have Beach Bend Park. I've had family members that went down to Georgia to a park that was very similar. And I was like, hey, I forgot. We've got something just like that in our backyard. And they have roller coasters. They have a water park. They have all kinds of things to do. And then also drag strip races. So if you love car racing, you can check that out. And then over here, this is Russell Sims Aquatic Center. This is actually a county park, and they have water slides and a swimming pool area, also a walking trail that goes around it. So Bowling Green does have a ton to do. Everybody's heard about NCM Motorsport Park. This is where you can come and drive the Corvettes. They also have, what do you call that? Those little cars that you can race around in. They have those over there as well. And then right over in this area, that's the Corvette Museum. So when you've been driving down I-65 and you see that spire, you know you're right by the Corvette Museum. Bowling Green's always growing. There's always so much to do in the area. And even when you zoom out into the county view, there is stuff to do out here as well. So if you're out here in the holidays, you come out and cross over, let's see, you would be over in here, probably right about this area on the other side of the county line, just on the other side of the county line. There is a Santa's Village in the holidays. And then right before that, around Halloween, they have like a scare park kind of thing that you can go through. And then right at the county line over here towards Woodburn, this is still Woodburn on this side of the interstate, there's a reindeer museum, and it's the southernmost reindeer farm actually in the US. So you can come down here and see the reindeer. I think one of them's named Comet. So that's a lot of fun. And then off of Nashville Road in this general area, there's Cheney's Dairy Barn where you can go and get ice cream. There's also a really great Michael Buchanan Park across the street from that. So you can go over there and they have indoor tennis. They have a branch for the library. They have an indoor playground. And that's amazing. So there is a ton of parks and things to do in Warren County. All right, so now that we're looking at this map, let's talk a little bit about suburbs. I know it might seem silly to some people who are maybe natives of here. They never really thought of Bowling Green as having suburbs. Bowling Green itself has always kind of felt like a town more than a city. However, as we grow, I think these are going to be areas that you see continue to expand, and they're going to start to feel more like suburbs than we've probably experienced in the past. So I'm going to highlight some of these for you. One of them on the north side, let's just start up north. We've got Richardsville and Anna. These two we kind of consider to be, they're so close to each other. This road goes up and then it sort of comes up through Anna, and it also has a branch over towards Richardsville. So we sort of consider this like searching one area really. And then you have Greencastle over here. This area, I would say, as far as Warren County goes, is probably some of the most rural stretch of area around here. So you can definitely find things in this area that are going to be lower priced than if you were searching in some of the other neighborhoods. And then over towards the, let's call it the east, northeast, you've got Oakland and then Smiths Grove. Right over here, you might have even seen we have a Buc-ee's now. So that's a lot of fun. Smiths Grove is a really cute town. It's very small. It's very quaint. There's antique shops. There's older homes in there. And they're kind of like right in this general vicinity. And then this Highway 101 comes up, meets up with 31W, which then it jogs over just a little bit and then goes up north towards Brownsville. So this is an area you see growing quite a bit, and anything in here can be possibly called Smiths Grove, even up into Edmonson County. So if you want to search Smiths Grove, you'll have to let us know if you want to be on the Warren County side or if you're open to exploring the Edmonson County side. And then clearing that out, we'll come a little bit more south. This area is also more farms and farmland in between 234 and 101. This general area, you can kind of refer to it as hydro. I think it's more above Martinsville, but this is sort of that Warren East section that I would call the county. And then you've got Highway 234, that's Cemetery Road, and then 231 coming down, that's Scottsville Road. This right here is Alvaton. And really it's all of this in between that would be considered kind of searching in the Alvaton area. Although Alvaton's easy to search, if you truly want to be in Alvaton, it is 42122 zip code. And so that is an easy one to zero in, and it does come this way a little bit more. You also have Drake and Plano down here. It follows this. This is known as Plano Road. And then somewhere over here, I'm actually going to zoom in just a little bit for you if I could. Right here, this highway, and then there's another one right here. One of these in the future may end up with a new exit off of 65, which would be really exciting. But this one flows over towards Plano Road from the Rich Pond area. And then this one goes and connects through Woodburn over towards that Drake area. So these are two possible areas being considered currently for a possible new exit along 65. It's about a 22-mile stretch that goes from Franklin all the way up to 165 that doesn't have an exit. So really excited for them to get a new exit coming soon. We'll see if that comes about and where they decide to put it. But if you're looking, this is a lot of farmland, a ton of farmland actually, and really probably going to be at some point have some development in it. Coming down 31W towards Franklin, you have the Woodburn area. And then over here, it's not highlighting it, but this is called Rich Pond. So if we could, Rich Pond, not a name you hear of very often, but Rich Pond would be right in this area over here, kind of this area. And that is actually where South Warren Schools is. So South Warren Schools would be on the corner with Rich Pond and US 31 or Nashville Road. You've got Cheney's Dairy Barn, the Michael Buchanan Park over here. And then this is going to be also an industrial area. So there's an industrial complex, a lot of industrial jobs over there, as well as up on the north side of town. This is all Trans Park. So this is where you have Magna and Sky CTC, a lot of different business opportunities up there for if you're in manufacturing, you're looking for a job like that. That's one to look at. Also, the Corvette Museum is right here. So that's a few areas to look at. Then over here towards the west, you could take down Russellville Road, also 68. You've got Rockfield, Petros, and really don't search for Petros. This is what we're looking at. Rockfield is what we're going to kind of be looking for as far as home searches. And then this is actually Browning Road. It's over here and you've got Blue Level. Blue Level Road has a road that winds up. And I will tell you, I have done home searches over in this Sugar Grove, Hadley area. Looks like it would be close to Warren County, but if you're taking like Blue Level Road and you're heading up and kind of winding these back roads up here, it's quite a drive. I've actually come up instead, up Interstate 165 towards Morgantown, gotten off and then doubled back on 231. Sometimes that's even a shorter drive. So if you're looking in these areas, also consider drive time, because they are definitely windy roads. It's also the topography on this west side of town. I would say all of this west and north side of town is very hilly, very, very hilly. Whereas if you're on the south part of Bowling Green and Warren County, this tends to be more flat, more open farmland. And then as you get over here to Alvaton on the other side of Drakes Creek, you're going to find more of that hilly rolling topography again. So that is some tips on looking around. And then let's talk, now that we've covered neighborhoods and suburbs, we're also going to talk about my number one tip on how to find the right location for you in Warren County. Okay, so here's my number one tip for figuring out which part of Warren County is right for you. Start with your daily lifestyle, not just the house. Think about your commute, the school zone that you want to be in, how close you want to be to restaurants, shopping, or medical care. And if you're the kind of family that wants walkability and energy, Bowling Green City might be absolutely perfect. But if you want peace, space, and easy highway access, then look to suburbs like Alvaton or Rich Pond. And if your dream is wide open land and quiet nights under the stars, then head north towards Smiths Grove or into the county. There's no wrong answer. It's all about the lifestyle you're choosing. So thanks for joining me on this Warren County map tour. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, my team and I would love to help you figure out which area fits you the best. So give us a call, shoot us a text, or schedule a meeting on Zoom. We'll walk you through the neighborhoods, the schools, the current listings, so you can make your move with confidence and we can set you up for the safe search. If you want to keep exploring Kentucky, check out the videos I have below on Bowling Green, Franklin, Barron River Lake, and more, and you'll get a picture of what life here is really like. I'm Melissa with the Living in Kentucky team, and I'll see you on the next video.